Hey guys, today we are going to be going through a video lesson. You can start off here. You should have a piece of paper out already, but if you don't, go ahead and get one out and pause the video, and I want you to complete these two problems on your own. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. This first one, number one, first thing I want you to recognize right away is that this does have an equal sign in it, so we are solving it, okay? Variables are on both sides, so remember, step one, we want to organize. I want to get my variables on one side, all by themselves. I want to get my non-variable terms on the other side, my constants on the other side. So, I'm going to move my 2r to the left. It's a positive 2r, so I'm going to add a negative 2r to both sides in order to move it. That's going to add up to 0. Since my variable terms are going to be here on the left, I have to move the 2. It does not have an r on it. Not allowed to be on the same side. Remember, kick it out like a bad girlfriend or boyfriend. It's a positive 2, so I'm going to add negative 2 to both sides. That becomes 0. And now I'm going to add these up. Negative 3r plus negative 2r. Same signs, add, keep the sign. Be negative 5r. Negative 3 plus negative 2, same signs, add, keep the signs. And now we have them on opposite sides. So now we may finish him. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by negative 5. And I'd get r equals 1. Okay? Now, number 2 is different. For number 2, we have got to recognize one very key part. And that is that there is no equal sign. Okay, so I can't solve something if it doesn't have an equal sign. The only thing I can do with this is I can distribute and I can combine like terms. Okay, so this negative 4n is not a part of the distributive property. So negative 4n, we're going to drop it like it's hot. And I need to distribute this negative 4. You better recognize this as a negative 4, or that's going to be an issue for you. You got negative 4 times negative 9, it's positive 36. Negative 4 times 8n, that's negative 32n. And now I'm going to collect my like terms together. Okay, I don't need to move anything around, there's no equal sign. Okay, so I just need to add my like terms. Negative 4n plus negative 32n is negative 36n. The plus 36, we are going to drop it like it's hot. And we're done. Okay? Green flag. Now, today, my grasshopers, we are going to begin solving multi-step equations. Now, what I would like you to do is go ahead and pause the video here in a second so that you can copy down these notes. I'll move that out of your way. Go ahead and pause the video so you can copy down these notes real quick. Now, our steps when solving a multi-step equation, okay, our first part and our first goal is to make sure that my problem is all the way simplified. Okay? I do not want to start my solving steps until this is taken care of. Okay, so step one, I'm going to look at the left side of the equal side only. And I want to make sure that that is simplified. Now, what does simplified means? That means I'm going to distribute and combine my like terms. That's what I'm going to do on that left side. Okay? My next step, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to look at the right side of the equal sign. Okay, again, I'm going to distribute. I'm going to combine my like terms. Once all that stuff is taken care of, we're going to be left with the problem that we've already learned how to solve. Okay? Whether it has variables on the left side, the right side, or both sides, then I go ahead and take care of it. All right? So we're going to look at a few examples here together. And you've actually seen a few of these on one of those worksheets that I gave you. Now here's our first one. We have negative parentheses n plus 1 parentheses equals negative 7n minus 7. Now, I'm going to look at the left side first. Okay, and when I look at this left side, what I'm looking for is there anything to distribute? Is there anything to collect like terms? And when I look at this, immediately I see the distributive property. So I got to distribute. Negative 6 times n is negative 6n. Negative 6 times 1 is negative 6. Now, the left side, these are not like terms, so it's done. I look at the right side. There's no distributive property, and I'm unable to combine these terms. They are not like terms. This has an n, it's a variable term. This does not, it's a constant term. So that's done. So the only thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to drop it like it's hot, and I'm going to bring it down. And this is just like the problems you solved in yesterday's power assignment. Okay? I have variables on both sides. So my first goal, we need to organize. I want to get my variable terms on one side, my non-variable terms on the other. So I'm going to move my negative 7n to the right, my negative 7n to the left. It's a negative 7n, so I'm going to add a positive 7n to both sides. That's 0. And since my variable terms are going to be here on the left, I need to move this negative 6. It's a negative 6, so to move it, I'm going to add positive 6 to both sides. And that is 0. Need to add these up. Negative 6n plus 7n, different sign, subtract, keep the larger, so it's going to be positive 1n or just n. Negative 7 plus 6, different sign, subtract, keep the larger, so that would be negative 1. And I don't have anything to finish because it's a positive 1 there. Now, if you had divided both sides by positive 1, it's just not going to change anything. There we go, n equals negative 1. Why? No problem. There's your equal sign. And we have 11 minus a equals negative 5 parentheses 1 plus a parentheses. Now, again, I'm going to follow the same steps. First thing I need to make sure I'm doing is I need to simplify. That means distribute, combine like terms. So I'm going to look at the left side of my equal sign first. Okay, 11 minus a, no distributive property, they're not like terms. That's done. I'm going to look at my right side. Well, I see distributive property, so I better do it. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Negative 5 times a is negative 5a. These are not like terms, so I cannot combine them. So the only thing I need to do is this stuff on the left side. I need to drop it like it's hot. And now I can start solving. Got variables on both sides. My variable terms are negative 1a and negative 5a. I need them on the same side. So I'm going to move the negative 5a to the left. It's a negative 5a, so I'm going to add a positive 5a to both sides. That's going to be 0. Since my variable terms are on the left, I have to move this 11. It can't be on the same side. It's a positive 11, so I'm going to add a negative 11 to both sides. And that is 0. Now I need to collect my like terms. Negative 1a plus 5a, different sign, subtract, keep the larger. Negative 5 plus negative 11, same signs, add, keep the sign. Now that they're on opposite sides, I must finish them. This is multiplication, so I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And a equals negative 4. New problem. Sorry, I almost forgot. I know, it would have killed you guys if I had forgotten that. Here's my equal sign. Got negative 18 plus 7r equals 3 parentheses, negative 1 plus 4r parentheses. Now, same deal. One side at a time at first. Look at the left. Nothing to distribute. These are not like terms. I'm done. Right side. Distributive property, take care of it. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. 3 times 4r is positive 12r. This stuff, now I need to drop it like it's, drop it like it's hot. Got negative 18 plus 7r. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you guys were following along with me, so I had to say it a couple times. Now, variables are on both sides, so it's time to organize. I'm putting my variables on the left. It's a positive 12r, so I'm going to add a negative 12r to both sides, and that is 0. I have my negative 18, so in order to move that, I need to add a positive 18 to both sides. That adds up to 0, and I combine my like terms here. It's going to give me negative 5r equals 15, and notice they're on opposite sides like they're supposed to be. Now I have to finish them. It's multiplication, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 5. I get positive r equals negative 3. Oh, epic fail on my flower. All right. I put the answer up there for you, but what I would like you to do, I want you to pause the video, and I want you to do this problem. All right, just in case, let's look at this, just in case you happen to miss it. Left side was done, right side needed to be distributed, so I should end up with 4 minus 4, or sorry, excusez-moi, 4 minus 16x on the right side when I distribute. The left side, I need to drop it like it's hot. Now I have variables on both sides, so I need to organize. I'm putting my variables on the left, so I'm going to add 16x to both sides. Whoa, not 116, whoa. That's a little much. Plus 16x. Excuse me. Got to move the negative 35, so I'm going to add 35 to both sides. 35, there we go. Those add up to 0. Need to collect my like terms here. And please make sure you're careful. Sometimes we forget this is a negative. That's a negative 3x plus 16. So different signs subtract. Keep the larger. That's why it's positive 13. 4 plus 35 is 39. I get them on opposite sides. I must finish them. It's multiplication. So I'm going to divide both sides by 13. And x equals 3. Here's your next step. I want you to pause the video and do these two problems. All right, off to the side here. For number 5, the right side I was going to have to distribute, so I had to make sure I distribute that. The left side I had to drop it like it's hot. So I should, when I distribute, and make sure you did have this, I should have negative 6n minus 48. You've got to make sure you distribute that negative correctly. It'll cause issues if you don't. From here, I got to organize. So I got to move my ends. That's a negative 6n. Got positive 6n on both sides, and 0. Move the negative 20. You should have positive 20 on both sides. That adds up to 0. Be careful when you add this. I keep seeing this happen on tests. Remember, that's a 1n. 1n plus 6n is 7n. Negative 48 plus 20 is negative 28. Now they're on opposite sides. I may finish them. Divide both sides by 7, and that's where this negative 4 is coming from. Okay? Number 7. Just going to scratch this off. Right side, I need to distribute. It's going to be 18n plus 30. Left side, we need to drop it like it's hot. And then from here, I can start solving. Need to organize, get my ends on the same side. So I'm going to minus 18n or add a negative 18n to both sides, and I need to move the 6. It's a positive 6, so I need to add negative 6